How you going, people? Let's talk about rolling and shooting. And again, I was practicing. I just did a horse video because my horse was freaked out when I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this. So I was actually going to do some actual shooting and doing it. And I was like, you know what? Let me just describe it better to where I want you to know my trigger is back. So if I pull the trigger, I got an empty mag in here. Oh, the safety. Oh, look, it's safe. It's clear. Oh, okay. So the only reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to know the trigger is cocked. So if I pull the trigger, it fires. When I pull this back, it's going to recock that trigger, and now the trigger as if there's a round in the chamber. So if I was rolling and if I was firing, I want you to know that I'm not accidentally firing this gun when I'm rolling. So what is the purpose of rolling and shooting? You know, when we were in a SWAT team and training and we had SWAT comps, a lot of times in a SWAT competition they would throw in a roll and shoot situation. And I'm sure it looks cool on TV and it was kind of cool and we're running, but again, all this is to these things that you do when you're training with somebody. And I should have long pants on because I'm skinning up my knees. I did a couple rolls for the horse video and my knees are already got rug burns on them. So, you know, if I had pants on or long sleeves or, you know, hand protectors, I'd less likely, but I'm rolling on these hard mats and the rubber mats, and so my rolls aren't looking as good as it would be if I was in the grass and really hitting the ground because I was getting shot. But the purpose of rolling and shooting, oh my God, he's late. Oh, he pointed the gun at him. That son's safe. Well, shut up. So, and again, people are saying also in my videos, I will address the stupid comments and people that come here and try to act like experts and make these really logical sounding arguments like, well, a real professional would never do this, or you should always. So I address their comments not to give them attention, but it helps frame your thought process and my thought process so you can critically think on your own. I want people to be able to justify and rationalize why they do. I want you to understand when you see things, there may be other reasons, and not just listen to the freaking loudest voice or the most popular. Liberalism is popular right now, and just because something is popular does not mean it's right or does not mean it's good. It just happens to be popular. So if you got a bunch of idiots that make something popular, it doesn't make it good, right, effective, or anything. So, you know, when I address other people's comments, I'm trying to give you ammunition. I'm putting tools in your toolbox. I want you to be able to critically think, and I want you to understand why I correct and call people out. I like calling out people that kind of like to have their voice heard, but they don't want any criticism. I mean, you put a video out on YouTube, you're going to get criticism. And I don't mind if people come here and make a reasonable argument or a thing that they see that they think is incorrect. Or I don't have a problem with that. But the people that come here and just go, oh, yeah. On that video the other day where I shot, and I got to go measure that. I'm going to do another video where I can shoot close and hit the bullet. Because somebody made a comment about, oh man, you suck. You can't even hit the target, and you're shooting this far in the rain. This video should be called how not to hit your target, or whatever. I mean, look, I'll explain that in another video. But again, I address these things because if you just read that comment in and of itself and you don't understand it, you may believe it. And that's on my horse channel. I do the same thing because in a horse world, there's a lot of bad information. There's a lot of so-called experts, and everybody thinks they're an expert. And there's so much misinformation. But whatever's popular, the new people who don't understand or people who have never been around it think, you know what? Since everybody believes this, and most people are saying it, they must be right, and the people that disagree must be wrong. And that's just not a good philosophy. You need to be able to critically evaluate yourself and go, you know what? I like it, I don't like it. My job out here is not to, you know, make you feel warm and fuzzy. It's not to kiss your ass. It's not to say, oh, please view and subscribe so I can get money. It's not about that. I put ads on there because, like, I might as well get a little bit of cash, but I haven't got one penny from these gun videos yet. And I mean, my horse channel, because I have a lot more viewers, they've actually sent money, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. I've been doing this for freaking 10, 12 years, and I ain't got a penny, and now I put ads on it, and I got a little cash coming in. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. So, again, I'm not being paid to tell you what you want to hear. When you pay somebody, you need to understand, if you're paying me, and I want you to keep paying me, I'm going to tell you things to keep paying me. Again, back to my horse channel. Horse trainers are the worst about telling you how little you know, how much you need to know, and how I can get you there if you keep paying me for the next 3 months, 6 months. I know people that's been in training for 5, 10 years, and they're still taking lessons with a horse. I'm like, really? If somebody can't get you competent in a horse in 4 or 5 years, 2 years, 6 months, shit, I can get you competent. You spend 30 days with me, you're going to be pretty competent with a horse. But that's not going to make me make a lot of money if I can charge people for 2 years because they're idiots and they think I need it and I'm holding stuff back and I'm saying I'm only going to give you this little piece. All I'm doing is throwing out information about guns that I think are important, that I think can help you have a better understanding, help you more critically think about what you're doing. So let's get to this video. And again, I know a lot of people, you don't need to explain that, we know. Well, the regular viewers and the people that understand get it. But somebody that may just see this one video, they wouldn't get it. And I'm not going to explain this on every video, but because I'm doing something that a lot of people, I know the gun community is going to crack on this. You should never roll. It's unsafe. You should do this and you should. You know what? I mean, look, in a practical situation, I'm not saying it's practical or smart to do it, but you know what? If I'm getting shot at, I'm going to hit the ground. And if I hit the ground and I can roll to cover, then I'm hitting the ground and rolling to cover. And if I can hit the ground and roll to cover and actually return fire afterwards, then I'm ahead of the game because I did it before. Is this a critical training thing? No, I don't think it's critical. Does everybody need to know? No. Should you do it once or twice to see how it feels to fall? Absolutely. To me, the biggest point about training to roll and shoot isn't the fact of the coolness and that you can hit your target. It exposes you that when you trip, you slip, you get hit in the leg and you fall, you've done it from the ground before. It's not going to be the worst thing that you can do in an actual situation, life or death, is experience something for the first time. Training is all about trying to prepare you, create those stressors. It's very difficult to get somebody in a stressful situation and get them to where you simulate the stresses that they're going to have when they're fighting for their life. You just can't do it. But you can put other stresses like hearing or limited vision or throwing rocks or shooting a hose at them or having a siren blaring in the background or having them run and get their heart rate up and then having them drop and fall and run and stand up and still stay in the fight. So rolling and shooting isn't so much about the coolness and everybody should do it, and if you can do it, you're good, and if you don't do it, you're bad. That's not the point. The point is it's one more tool, it's one more exposure that you have that's going to make you better deal with it in the future if you need it or if you find yourself in that situation. Because believe me, if you're in a firefight, you're going to find yourself on the ground crawling, looking for cover or scurrying around. You are not going to be, get my stance, look cool, do my body, do my turn, keep my head, bang, bang, come back in. You're not going to be doing that shit in a real fight. That's good to train. It's good to do it so you can react. It causes muscle memory. All that's good. But believe me, that ain't going to happen when the shit starts flying. People are looking for shit to hide. When a windshield blows up, when a door flame blows up in your face, the window pops, you see sparks flying, you hear ding. If you've ever heard a ricochet fly by your head, you're like, holy shit, I almost got shot. Those things really make you think, you know what? Maybe all that shit they said about having that great stance isn't the best thing. I got another question too that I'll cover. Maybe I'll do another video. Let me get to the rolling. So, why do you roll? Remember, my gun is cocked. So somebody's going to say, you're going to shoot yourself. Look, my gun's cocked. If it's not cocked when I come back up here, then you know I accidentally had a misfire. And I shot myself. So, running and rolling. If I'm running and I need to roll, I want to roll to something. I don't just want to roll. I mean, if we're doing a SWAT comp and I'm rolling and I've got to shoot the thing and they go, you got to put a roll in. When I come up here, I can do a roll and come up and shoot and engage the target. I'm slipping and fall. Look, people, I'm just trying to, it may not look pretty, but I'm trying to get a point across. So, do you always roll? Most people roll to their strong side because that's just the way. If I was on the ground and shooting, if I was going to prone and shoot, if it called for a roll and a prone, I could do that. If it called for a prone and a kneel, I could do that. an upright kneeling, a squatted. I could do all those things, but again, the rolling is doing multiple things. Getting my heart rate up, causing me to lose balance, taking away my comfortability of just going bang, bang, holster, bang, bang, holster, bang, bang, holster. I'm throwing more things at me. I know it's a coolness factor. I know people are going to tell you, you should never roll, it's dangerous. My gun's still cocked. Oh, he had an accidental discharge. No, I didn't. I ought to just pull the damn trigger so somebody can cry. I told you, you should never roll. He fired his gun. Keep your damn finger off trigger. Okay, that's your safety. So, if I want to roll, again, some people will teach you to roll to go to your knees, then your arm, support, roll, come around, fire. Again, I'm not in the greatest of shape, as I should be. I'm not young, competing in the SWAT comps like I used to be, running my 5-minute miles and having my nice flat stomach and lifting weights. Those days are kind of behind me, but I can still, if I had to do it, it's in my weapon, it's in my toolbox for me to pull out. So again, rolling with a rifle or a pistol, it's not necessarily about the coolness, it's about changing things. And again, my gun never fired. Okay, so I didn't have a discharge. I know I probably laser. I didn't even look to see if I'm laser. Let me cock it to see if I'm lasering myself. So the trigger's back, remember? Freaking Glock in there, damn little. Okay, so the trigger's black. Okay, it's ready to fire. So am I lasering? Is that my primary concern? When I'm getting shot at and I'm diving for cover, is my primary concern, am I lasering? No. So being aware of lasering is good. I don't like to laser people periodically for no reason. I'm not saying ignore that. But on my other video, lasering can't be the only thing that you're worried about. Oh, you laser some. If you focus totally on lasering, then you're going to miss other things and you're putting too much effort in that. Naturally, I don't point my gun at things I don't want to shoot. I especially don't point it at people I don't want to shoot. However, if I'm in a Congo line with 6 people and we're all going in the door and we're expecting to go here and a freaking car pulls up behind me, I'm not going to go, gee, I can't cross this guy and laser him. I can't turn around and laser this. I'm just screwed. I just got to stay here and get shot in the back because I don't want to laser. It's just not practical. So the fearful laser, the fearful safety, again, put it in perspective. A lot of people who say never, don't, always are the ones that's never really experienced real shit. Because believe me, training is great. Nothing beats real shit, all right? So, am I lasering myself when I'm rolling? Maybe. I mean, if I come here and I come here, I'm probably lasering. If I come here, I'm not lasering. If I come here, I may laser my leg. If I go forward when I roll, am I lasering? I don't know. Shit. Do you want to worry about that? I guess you want to be aware of it. Is it the primary concern? No. Primary concern when you're getting shot at is not to get shot. Okay? And the primary concern is to survive. And then you want to return fire to get the guy either to stop shooting or to hit him or to lay down suppressive fire or to shoot for some other reason. But it's not necessarily, when I was shooting at that far target the other day in another video, isn't my goal to get a headshot at, I gotta go measure it. I don't know. It's quite a distance. I think when I measure it, people are like, damn, that's pretty far. And I'm gonna stand next to the target. So I'm gonna go do that one next. This is about rolling, why they do it, why you see them do it in SWAT comps, what the real purpose is, not necessarily what people want to tell you how it's BS and they're trying to show off and nobody does that in an actual situation. And where's my other horse at? Those damn horses, they get out there hiding and I can't see the other one. Is he behind him? Sometimes they stand right in front of each other. I think he is behind him. Man, see that camouflage? I talk about camouflage and stuff. Man, you could not tell there was 2 horses there, and that's what's great about horses, is man, they are seriously they will stand, and no matter when you look, you can never tell how they hide their numbers very well because of the way they stand. Now they're to where you can see them both. But you can't imagine the number of times I get out here and I go, damn, there's only one horse there, and I'm looking for the other one. And I'm looking and looking, and he ends up being right behind him. All right, we'll end it there.